What's up guys, and welcome back to Retro Gamer Gen X's Retro Gaming and Computing channel. In today's video, we're going to be checking this out. This is the Jaguar GameDrive, basically a flash drive for the Atari Jaguar. And if you own a Jaguar, you know how hard it is to try to find games, and when you do find them, they're like hella expensive. So this is kind of the solution for that. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do a full review of this thing and see how it works. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. So I kind of cheaped out when I got this. I didn't get the deluxe version, I just got the cartridge. The deluxe version comes with like a case and everything, a hard shell plastic case you can put this in. But honestly, this is going to live in the Jaguar, so no need to have the case. But I did go ahead and opt to get the 32 gigabyte SD card along with it. And 32 gigs, guys, is definitely enough for the Jaguar, for the entire Jaguar library, including the CD games. But this thing is really well constructed. It does not feel cheap at all. I mean, it really feels good in your hands. So you got your SD card slot up here. Here's just your LED access light. So when it's accessing, this lights up. And then your slot connector here. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Now I did get this from the Stone Age Gamer, and it came with the manual as well in here. So it kind of just tells you the basics of how everything works and how to set up your SD card and how to do your firmware updates. Now to do a firmware update on this, guys, you press option on the controller as it's booting up. And then once you do that, it'll put a QR code on the screen along with your serial number. And from there, you just scan that and download the file and then put it on the root of your SD card. And the next time you boot it up, it'll actually flash your firmware to the newest version. Now, I would show you how this works, guys, but it shows the serial number to your actual flash cart, to the cartridge, and it is very specific to the cartridge. So I don't know if it's like copyright stuff or something, so that these don't get copied by the Chinese or something. I don't know, but from what I heard, if you don't do it right with your firmware and you don't put the one specific to your actual cartridge in there, it will like brick the cartridge. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but yeah, don't want to even try to risk it. So I'm not putting my my serial number out there, guys. Sorry. But yeah, so basically that's how you do that. And then you just put the folders on your SD card. So like on my SD card, I put cartridge games, Jaguar CD games, and then a homebrew folder, homebrew and demo folder, as you guys will see here. So let's go ahead and get this thing put into the Jaguar and see how this thing works, guys. So guys, we're going to take a little time out here, and we're going to actually look at the file structure first before we get this actually put into the Jaguar and turn it on. So I kind of wanted to show you guys this. So this is on a Windows PC here. This is the file structure, so I just have my cartridge files here in this folder, and then I have my CD files in this folder, and then my demos and homebrews in this folder. This file here is just produced by the GameDrive itself. However, remember when I was talking about the firmware? So when you go to update the firmware, you'll get this file here. So you want to just basically paste it in the root of your SD drive right here. And then once you actually boot the GameDrive in the Jaguar the first time, it will go ahead and automatically update the firmware for you. However, in my experience, I had to go ahead and go back in and delete this file, because if I didn't delete it, then it would update every time I tried to boot up the Jaguar. So that's my experience. Some people have said differently, but that's just the way it worked for me, guys. So if that does happen to you, just go in and delete that file, and then you won't have that reoccurring update problem. So, but let's go ahead and take a look inside of here, guys. So we're going to go into the cartridge folder. In here, you'll see like air cars. So I have 3 files for air cars. So the .jag file, that's the actual ROM file for the Jaguar game. So this is the game itself right here, okay? And then the MRQ file, that's the marquee file. So this gives you the screenshot and like box art within the UI of the GameDrive application when you boot up the Jaguar. So you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. And then this E2P file, that is the save file. So this is the file that's used to save information for that game. So when you save your game, that's the file it goes into. So that's basically it, guys. Now, to get all these files, including the ROMs, I'm not going to tell you where to go, but I'm going to say Google is your best friend. And go ahead and Google something like Jaguar GameDrive full collection, and you'll get everything here. Trust me. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get out of this, and let's go ahead and get the Jaguar booted up and see how this thing works here. Alright guys, so we got the Retro HQ logo popping up, and here we go. It just boots into the last game that you played, basically. So I played Wolfenstein 3D the last time, but if we back up here, this is the root of the SD card, basically. So I have the cartridge, the CD folder, and the demos and homebrew folder. Now all the cartridges do work, and all the CD games do work too, so that's kind of the extra added bonus with this flash card. So you don't have to have the CD add-on to be able to play CD games. You can put them straight on here and be able to play them. So I have every one of the CD games that were available. So for instance, let's go ahead and load up, like, I don't know, one of my favorites still to this day, Dragon's Lair. Let's go ahead and load that up. And loading is really quick on this, guys. Like really quick, especially with the CD games, because you don't have to wait for the CD time. But you still gotta wait for all the logo crap to come up. But as you guys can see, the load times are just significantly better than you could ever get with the Jaguar CD extension thing. Still one of my favorite games of all time. I just love this game. Always have, always will. And I'm gonna die. Oh! Because I'm not paying attention. Now, this is the one complaint that I actually do have about this, is that you do have to turn the system on and off. I wish there was some kind of like button combination you can do, like on a keypad or something, to be able to reset the system to go back or something. I don't know. There's probably nothing you could do to do that, but that would be an awesome feature to put like in a firmware update. But let me go ahead and reset this here. So we're back again, Retro HQ. And so we're still in the CDs folder. Like I said, it goes back to the last game that you played. So let's go ahead and just do a cartridge game. So like I said, one of my favorites is Cybermorph. Nah, not even close, guys. Let's go ahead and do a Wolfenstein 3D here. Now, as you'll see, the game ROMs take a little bit longer to load up. And that's just the nature of things. Because instead of reading it from a pseudo CD, basically straight from the SD card in ISO format or whatever, well, it's not ISO, but it's that JCD format. It has to read it as it actually has to flash the ROM and do all the other stuff on these cartridges. So the one thing I wanted to show you guys here is that the game saves do work. So like I saved the game here. I think I'm like on level 2 or 3. So if I go into here, yeah, this is level 3, the beginning of level 3. As you can see, I have all the crazy weapons already and everything. So yeah, pretty cool that it does the saves too, guys. And yeah, these games are just amazing. I'm just so happy to be able to play these old school retro games that I was never able to play
before because, let's face it, I had like 2 Jaguar games. And finding Jaguar games where I live is like damn near impossible. And then you gotta buy them from eBay. And they cost so much, guys. It's like, no way am I paying $150 for a freaking Jaguar game. Alright guys, so let me go ahead and reset it one more time. We'll boot up some homebrew real quick. Alright, booting back up into it. So now we're just going to go to the homebrew folder, and I think I'm going to finish this off here with, let's do a little bit of the Bad Apple demo. If you guys don't know what this is, you're about to find out. Really cool demo. It was created a few years ago, but this is probably one of the best versions of this that I know of. And it's going to take forever to load, guys, because let's just face it, it's 14 megabytes. But with that being said, guys, I just wanted to thank everybody that came in to watch this. And if you like the content, go ahead and hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell. That way you get notifications every time I drop new content like this. And if you want to help support the channel, go ahead and hit that super thanks down below as well. Any support that I do get goes directly back into the channel. Like all the support I got this cartridge right here. So it's supporting content for the channel. Now, unfortunately, I'm not able to play the actual music that the Jaguar is playing. The song is copyrighted and I wouldn't be able to play this on YouTube. But I want to show you guys the actual visuals. And I'll go ahead and put my boy Nebulous's music in the background here. All right, you guys have a great one. Peace out, y'all.